I'm really excited for this video, so I'm just gonna hop right into this. I've been planning this for a while, and I don't know why it took me so long to get to this game, because this game is just getting older as I wait. But Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I love this game for a couple of different reasons, and I'm just gonna start by telling you all, this game brings out my inner Viking and my inner Norwegian, and the reason I say that is I'm actually Norwegian and Scottish, and I know there's not as much Scottish stuff in this game, but there's a little bit, and when I say that, I don't mean I'm 2% Norwegian and 1% Scottish. No, I am 43% Scottish and I am 29% Norwegian. I am like the people from this game. This is my heritage. I have family who still live in Norway, and I plan on going and visiting them eventually, but I found their name on Ellis Island, where there's the Statue of Liberty. This game is my heritage. So I love the Assassin's Creed games, and I love the history in them, and when I heard that they were making a game on Norse mythology, I was so excited, and I had to try it. And it has taken me so long to get to this video because I've been doing other stuff, but finally I just want to talk about this. So I'm going to push this intro aside. If you enjoy Assassin's Creed, if you enjoy Assassin's Creed Valhalla, definitely stick around and let's just get right into this video. So I'm gonna just start everything off by telling you a little bit about myself and why I have such a historical connection to the story in this game. So I'll just start with, since I was a kid, I've always been really warm-blooded. I get hot so often. I love to be in cold environments, and my grandpa would always make the joke, it's the Viking in your blood. And I always was like, okay, as a kid, that doesn't mean anything. As a kid, that was kind of cool, being called a Viking. And eventually, I learned it was because I'm very Norwegian. My great-grandmother actually was 100% Norwegian and moved from Norway. My great-grandfather was 100% Norwegian and moved from Norway over to America. I went to Ellis Island, that's where the Statue of Liberty is, and they have all of the names of the people who immigrated in, and I found my grandparents' names. And so when I learned that, it made a little more sense to why my grandpa would always make the Viking joke. And I always wanted to do the ancestry test because my mom always told me how Scottish I was as well. So I just really wanted to know, what was my ancestral buildup? And so I took it, and it came up being 43% Scottish and 29% Norwegian. That means I'm almost half Scottish right off the bat, which is insane, and I'm really Norwegian. Now, this was a surprise because I thought I was way more Norwegian than I could have been Scottish, but I guess I was wrong. That was just insane to see how much Norwegian and Scot I actually had. And hearing that an Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed being one of the most historically accurate games, maybe in the past, maybe not with the more recent games, but they were going to be coming out with a game all about Norse history and Norse mythology, and so I had to play it. And when I did, I loved it, and it actually taught me a lot about my heritage. You are a Norwegian Viking in that game. And really quick, I just want to make something clear. I keep saying Viking as a noun. Viking is not a noun. For anyone who wants to know, we use Viking wildly incorrectly. Viking is a verb. You go Viking. When Vikings go and pillage and everything, they are Viking because they are Vikingers. You are a Vikinger if that makes sense. Viking is a verb, Vikinger is the noun. Just if anyone knew that, we are wildly incorrect in calling Vikingers Vikings, if you wanted to know. Now, aside from that, Assassin's Creed Valhalla on the sense of the game side and not why I love it so much, it's an amazing game. It really is. It is packed full of content. They are updating it. They're giving you new DLC, standalone DLC. They are making sure that you stay busy and do not get bored in this game. And on top of that, they're going off of this game to do the new game, Mirage, and they're using characters from Valhalla and putting them into their own game. And I really like that as well, that we're going to be able to see where they went, or maybe where they came from. I don't know if that game's a prequel or a sequel yet, but we'll see. And honestly, I have a video coming out on Mirage. To be honest, I'm kind of disappointed in what they've shown us so far. They say they're going to return to the roots, but what they've shown us is not returning to the roots. I'll make a video on that later, though. That's a whole different topic. But in a sense, Valhalla returned to its roots a little bit. In Odyssey, you didn't even have a blade. There was no instant assassinations, and you didn't have a blade. And in Valhalla, they give you that blade back, your hidden blade, and they even have it a little different. You have it on top rather than on bottom, and I know that's not how the blade worked back then, but hey, Ivor didn't want to lose her finger, so they did it their own way. But even though the assassinations might not be just one quick assassination like the old games, and that's what was so cool, you could just sneak up, and I know a lot of people didn't like how easy that made the game, but that was the point. If you were good at stealth, it made the game easy. If you weren't good at stealth, the game was hard. It's a stealth-based game. And so they brought a few of those things back, and they kind of returned to those roots. And you're in England, which is close to the old Persian and French kind of areas that you were in the older Assassin's Creed games. So that's also cool. And they didn't give annoying, terrible boat combat missions like they did in Odyssey and Origins. They just give you a boat to take through the rivers, and I really enjoy that too, because the boat isn't a big part of the game. You know, there's games like Arkham Knight where you have to sit in a car for half of the game. Valhalla makes sure you don't have to do that. Yeah, you might be in a boat for a little bit, but I don't even think you have to take boats unless you're planning on doing river raids. So if you don't even want to get in the boat, don't get in the boat. Now on the side of the river raids, that's really cool too. You can go Viking. You can be a Vikinger and you can go pillage little communities, or you can pillage an enemy base. You take their rations and their food, and maybe there's good gear there, or maybe there's some good upgrade material, so you get that as well. And that's just a fun way that if you don't feel like doing missions but you want to get some stuff, just, I don't know, go around and go do some river raids. So that was a cool addition to the game. And another cool addition to the game was they even make a whole DLC all based off of you being one of the gods and helping out the gods and stuff, and that ties into the newer Isu storyline parts of Assassin's Creed. I know that they've always really followed that Isu god bloodline kind of story, but they've been really pounding that in since Origin, and in this game it's still being pounded in, and that's one of the reasons I think that Mirage doesn't feel like it's returning to the roots. It has a lot of magic-y kind of stuff in it, and Assassin's Creed wasn't about magic. Assassin's Creed used to be about historical, like, relevance and being realistic, and since Origins, they've kind of been taking away from that, but the games are still great. I love Origins, I love Odyssey, I love Valhalla. I'm sure I will be a little disappointed with Mirage at first, but I'll end up loving it. I don't know. That game, though, does look pretty cool. It looks like they have returned, you know, location-wise, and the clothing and armor and weapons-wise. It does look very similar to the OG Assassin's Creed games, but in the end of the day, why are you making more Assassin's Creed games? I know they're rebooting Prince of Persia. Give us a new, like, a good new Prince of Persia. Give us a new game. If you want to make the same game that you've been making forever, at least give us something new in the meantime, too, you know? I don't know. That's, as I said, Mirage, topic for another video, even though I've been ranting on about it in this one. I don't want this video to be too long. All in all, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is an amazing game, and I know that I didn't really talk about it that much in this video. I just wanted to tell you guys why I love the game and my personal connection to it. You know, it pulls out my inner Vikinger, and honestly, this game is really good, and it does have a lot of historical value to it. You do learn a lot. I learned a lot from this game. I learned a lot of history from the game, as you usually do from Assassin's Creed games, and honestly, if you haven't played Valhalla because you think it's too different to the other games like Origin and Odyssey, how they're very different, Valhalla does return a lot to the roots. At the same time, it has that same RPG, huge world feel, that new Assassin's Creed feel. That's what I like to call it, the new Assassin's Creed. And Unity is where it kind of stopped. Syndicate was the first to, like, try that new vibe, but I hated Syndicate so much, and Origins was the first to try it and do it good and give us a good game. I love Origins, I love Odyssey, I love Valhalla, and if you like Origins and Odyssey, if you like Assassin's Creed in general, I will bet money that you will enjoy playing Valhalla. And, you know, I think I've said enough. I think I've said everything I need to say. It's like 100 degrees in my room, and I'm about to pass out. There's sweat dripping from my forehead, so I'm going to just end this video off here. If you don't like Valhalla and you want to tell me why you don't like it, or if you want to tell me anything in the comments, you know, game suggestions, this or that, just throw them down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, go check out my channel. I have a bunch of other videos. I even have a video on Unity, my favorite Assassin's Creed, so if you want to go check that out, go check it out. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date on all the new stuff coming out, and go check out www.billythewhip.com for some awesome music. Go just check out Billy the Whip on any music platform. And as always, stay doing parkour and have a great day.
Gonna see success and drop the stress, but I digress. I'm on this quest to pass the test. The game like chess, it's like stocks, so gotta invest. Buying in my chest, that's all I suggest. I feel blessed, living like the West. Billy Bob outlaw, Kevlar chest. Been up on the grind and I need my rest. Only dice on my wrist, no gyms, I'm in net, just respect. This a rap.